But I did get an offer for Anupamaa.
Oh wow!
And it's become such a big deal. I've never taken the pressure to be seen. कि ये कर लेते हैं. Now they're like, oh, I love you. You're bad in Bollywood. I was like, yeah, bad in Bollywood. Okay. And Aryan doing it. It's such a meta show. All big names are in the show.
I haven't seen it, so shoot me. नहीं भाई मैं only top directors and top producers के साथ मैं काम करूँगा नहीं तो मैं नहीं करूँगा.
My team can keep telling me that this song is trending, make a reel, do this, do that. I don't give into that.
Yes, Instagram is that playground. Casting directors are like, interesting.
OTT are the shows which you can't watch with your family.
The social media and your addiction to your phone is detrimental to your own life.
Then you realize, अरे 2 घंटे जा चुके हैं. Because in every household, this is the fight. कि अरे तुम्हारे पापा तो फोन पे ही रहते हैं. Hi, I'm Mona Singh.
Hi, I'm Kunal Roy Kapur.
And you're watching us on
HT City.
Hello and welcome to HT City. This is me, Vishakha Pandit, and I have the amazing cast of Thode Door Thode Paas. Mona, Kunal, welcome on HT City.
Thank you.
I would say हम लोग आज उस मुद्दे पे बात कर रहे हैं जो हम सब के लिए बहुत अहम है. But then let's start with the basics. About the show, when you see the trailer, when you see a brief glimpse of it, and you're like, oh, I've faced it, because all of us sitting here feel like there are times when you really want to be away from the social media because it gets on your head.
Yes.
So when you were briefed on the script and you said, okay, ये character है, what was your initially first reaction to it?
I read the script.
Okay.
So when I was reading, I just couldn't stop reading. Normally, when scripts aren't that interesting, you're like, okay, I'll read it the next day. कल पढ़ लूँगी गाथा, आज पढ़ लेंगे.
ये हम कौन सी script की बात कर रहे हैं?
I agree. Yeah. So, but this just kept me going, and I was like, oh my God, this is so good, and a problem which is so relatable.
Yes.
It just resonates with everybody because in every household this is the fight. कि अरे तुम्हारे पापा तो फोन पे ही रहते हैं. मेरा husband तो फोन पे ही रहता है. अरे बच्चे सुनते ही नहीं. This is the problem.
Agreed.
With everybody. So I think the show is very
relatable to the audience.
And I think it's the right time to launch a show like this because most of the shows also on OTT are the shows which you can't watch with your family. And this is a family drama. It's got everything, It's a roller coaster ride of emotions.
I'm sure everybody will say, "ये तो मेरे पापा है, ये तो मेरी मम्मा है." Very sure, though.
Exactly.
But what was your reaction, when you were briefed or when you read the script?
Yeah, exactly that. I think because it's so much a part of our lives and we constantly are looking, where we might be in the same room but we're still apart from each other because we're all in our own little worlds and bubbles. So I think when I read it, I was like, wow, this is so relevant, so timely, and I was just more than happy to jump on board, and especially when they told me what the cast is going to be.
I was coming to that, yes.
Same here.
Like, wow.
Cast. Even more exciting.
Yeah. It was like, oh great. Then we'll have, as an actor, you're always looking to bounce off people who you really respect and who you've admired their work. So, because acting is about reacting, right? Like
yes.
It's about getting something back and then, and then trying to that tennis. So when you have names like that flying around, then you're like, yeah, this is exciting. So that's also really exciting.
But how was it working with Pankaj sir, seeing that, I have seen him from office and I'm like, oh God, this is so fun to watch. Like that's the bachpan. And now when I see him like this, how was it working with him?
We were like on the edge. Ki, we shouldn't make any mistakes, boss. Boss is watching. He is so good and he keeps improvising. He keeps changing every take, the mood, everything. So you learn so much and you take so much from a man like Pankaj Kapur. Yeah. He's a legend, OG actor
totally.
Of comedy, of drama, everything. And with that poker face, he expresses every damn line so well. So yeah, it was. I had a good time. I had a very good time.
I think that many times it was like, we do one take and then say, very nice and all. एक और करते हैं.
अच्छा, Pankaj sir used to say that.
No, he doesn't. He wouldn't say.
Oh.
The director would say.
Okay.
And then Pankaj say, but why? What is it that you want change? See, I don't mind doing it again. We'll do it 15 times.
But tell me what you want.
But tell me what you want. What you want different. क्योंकि हम में से किसी ने गलती तो नहीं की. So we are also then safe, We didn't make any mistake.
We have the boss's support here.
But if you want another one, you give me a good reason why. And I think that's very important because it makes the director think also. Otherwise, nowadays in this day and age, when you have digital, it's very easy to keep shooting.
Correct.
But then once you put the question to the person that, I don't mind doing it, we'll do it all night if you want. But tell me then what change you want or what you're looking for. And that really kept all of us, even Ajay, who was our director, it was so good because Pankaj would come with an idea, he'd come with, some kind of concept of what the scene is. And as you said, his straight-faced humor and his deadpan sort of delivery, he's so charming and good. Yeah. So a lot to learn.
But tell me one thing, that seeing how social media, like internet, phone, like all these things are so important in our lives. While we say that the power is like हम ज़्यादा overdo कर देते हैं, but then if you see on the other side, it is pretty important. पहले के time में जब जैसे कोई नहीं था, I'm sure that show would have gone viral back then also had there been the power of Instagram and memes जैसे आज बनते हैं. I'm sure people would have made numerous memes back then also. Yeah. But then seeing that now, it's been like an overdo of it. So do you think that the audience will see this as a digital detox, as a lot of actors these days are going on digital detox? They announce on Instagram that we are going
leaving,
we need a break from that thing.
This,
so do you think that the young generation who right now are like the biggest victims of this digital era, you think that they will take something positive out of it? And
most of the people are also earning through that. Na?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, so it is a catch-22, it is a double whammy, whether to keep that away, how much is enough. You don't know.
But where do you draw that line?
So for me, it is I draw that line. It's very clear. I don't overdo anything. Okay. So for me, I think phone is maximum 3 hours or 4 hours of viewing. Okay. Even that's a lot, but I want to cut that down. But I think anything more than that is a waste of time. It is. So I rather read a book, or I rather sit with my parents, have a good time, a good conversation with them, other than scrolling mindlessly through reels, which happens. There are days.
Yes.
I'm not denying that. And then you realize, "Arey, 2 घंटे जा चुके हैं by forwarding and watching everything."
अरे 9 बज गए, ये कब हुआ?
It does consume you. It does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's the challenge which everybody is
facing these days. Correct. But then where do you draw that line, Kunal?
Well, I'm trying harder and harder to draw that line. I do spend quite a bit of time on the phone, but it's also because I'm doing other things. It's not only social media, it's other things. It's like YouTube videos.
Correct.
It's, connecting with people, WhatsApp. Maybe there's cooking. Maybe there's work that I need to do. I'm doing it on my phone. So whether I'm making a document or sending it to someone, or there's so many things that are all happening on your screen, on your phone.
Correct.
Even if I'm watching sports, sometimes I'm doing it on my phone. So, it's not only social media, it's everything else, because maybe the TV is busy, someone's watching. So I'm watching something else random, so I do it on my phone. So it's a problem to just stop, and I think that with everything, like, we've had this whole phase of like sugar and salt being in so many of our processed foods.
Correct.
And now young people themselves have started realizing that, I don't want to have the sugar, or I don't want to have the salt. They've started realizing self-realization, ki I don't want the gluten or something, whatever is the thing of that. But they're self-policing. And I think that's what's going to have to happen with digital media as well, is that we'll have to start policing ourselves and saying ki, whether it's sugar in my food or salt, or whether it is too much time on my phone, it's something that I have to police myself, but I have to first realize, I have to know first that it is bad for me. Only once we realized ki too much sugar or too much salt or too much of any of these fatty foods might be a problem for us, then we started cutting back.
Correct.
The same way, this is a show that's going in the direction which is saying ki bhai, just think about how much time you're spending and what is happening to the people around you. And then step back. So hopefully this is one step in informing people, like sugar and salt is in food, that the social media and your addiction to your phone is detrimental to your own life. So, yeah.
But then, I would say that, the two of you are actually, in my eyes, a very perfect choice for the casting, because you guys have not been people who have been overly active on social media, but you guys have also not been people who have not been active on social media. There's a perfect balance that I've not seen you guys overdoing it, and I've seen you guys there. And also when I talk about the kind of roles that you guys have chosen, how a lot of actors have said openly that we have chosen roles to just be in the eyes of the audience, because दिखना भी relevant है, नजर भी आना पड़ेगा, social media पे posting भी उसलिए होती है. So was it always the kind of strategy for you guys that you wanted to do what actually fit your bill, or that was the kind of thought that, okay, I want to do only relevant kind of roles, I don't want to get pressurized by what is coming my way, या फिर नजर नहीं आ रहे हो, kind of that question? What was it for you guys?
I have never taken that pressure. कि
Okay.
मैं नजर नहीं आ रही हूँ and just to be seen, I will do this role.
Correct.
I have never done that because I don't want to regret that later. कि अरे यार, why did
ये
I
क्यों
do
मैंने
it?
किया?
हाँ.
Exactly.
And I don't want to carry that energy on set, that thing that I don't want to do, and I'm doing it because
No,
I
that
should be
should
seen.
never be the case.
Because that is what will reflect on my face and
Correct.
my energy.
Yeah.
So I've never done that. I've always said yes to things which resonate with me and which make me happy. It's tough. It's tough. You don't get that every day. There are days where you have to sit at home. There are days you don't know what's happening, what's coming your way, but you got to patiently wait it out, and which I have.
That's
so,
true, yes.
Yeah. So I think that balance is very important. I have never taken the pressure to be seen. कि ये कर लेते हैं.
Okay, what
Yeah.
about you, Kunal?
Yeah, no, I think it's sometimes it's choice, sometimes it's not. You know, sometimes you have the luxury of choice.
Yes.
There are, like, sometimes I don't have the luxury of choice. It's just because of the way my world works. I don't have the luxury to say no to everything. Like, if I set very high standards for myself कि नहीं भाई मैं only top directors and top producers के साथ मैं काम करूँगा, नहीं तो मैं नहीं करूँ. I don't have that luxury, you know. I have to pick out of what is in and around me. Within that, I have to see what is best suited for me. So sometimes sometimes a good script comes your way. Like this was a boon because you know you immediately read it and you know ki, this is a lovely show in the right space and a lovely role. I can bring something to the table. So then you're happy doing it. Sometimes maybe you don't have those choices, you know, but you are an actor. You need to keep working. It's not about being seen. It's about constantly working.
Correct.
Working.
Correct.
So you're not doing it with the thing कि भाई लोग मुझे देखेंगे, I'll stay in the game. It's also about that I need to work, right? Like I need to. It's if it's what you primarily do, you need to keep working.
But a lot of actors also said over the times and now also that a lot of casting happens through social media. Like, you know, they see what you're posting or how the kind of fan base that you have and how much popular you guys are. That's how people get casted. Like, we see people getting big breaks through actually social media. So do you think the times have changed because पहले कैसे auditions होते थे, अभी भी होते हैं, I'm sure.
अभी भी होते हैं.
A lot of struggle goes behind those long lines, but then, you know, I think the process पहले से लेके अब तक has become a little more simplified in a way and has become a little more accessible for people out there जो पहले शायद नहीं था. What is that you guys think that
See,
it's
I
right?
definitely have heard that people do cast influencers who have massive following so that, you know, they get some
Views out of,
you
yes.
know. And it does happen. It does change to quite an extent. But I think for actors like Kunal and me, we are in that space where people don't see the number of followers we
Yes.
have. It's what we bring to the table, you know.
Totally.
So, kind of lucky in that
Yeah,
aspect.
yeah, yeah.
Thank
You've
God.
set a good
Yeah,
benchmark for
exactly.
yourself.
Thank God
Like
for
we,
that.
yeah, luckily we did a few projects before
Good
this
benchmark.
whole thing happened.
Before this change
The
happened.
digital era coming
Yeah,
out.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
right now I can imagine for someone who's breaking in, you know, from the outside, someone who's
Yeah.
breaking in, it's that much more difficult unless they have some social media following. They're already stars on Instagram or on whatever used to be TikTok, whatever. If they're those kind of people, and so see, but I'm not denying them that access. That is also one way to get into it. You know, it's not that like if they're talented and if they're good actors, all I mean, well and good, that's fine. But sometimes what happens is that it's a different skill set. You know, making an Instagram reel might be a completely different skill set from waiting on set for 4 hours for like a, you know, for 10 minutes of work.
Yeah.
That's it, and that can completely fry someone's mind. who's
But
not
would you
used
do
to
that
it.
if let's say if you were making a debut now in this era, would you be the one of those people out there who would actually, for the mere views, would dance in front of the, I'm no offense to anyone, would
No,
dance in front of the
exactly.
camera or something?
No,
just
I guess I would do other things, you know, like what I was doing back
Define.
in the day. Yeah, I don't know what I would do to try and break in because I know either everyone, see earlier people, a lot of casting directors used to go to theatres to watch young actors.
Yes.
They used to go to theatres, they used to go to Prithvi, they used to go to NCPA,
Yes.
they used to go to watch shows and they say, "Arey, this actor is good, I can maybe use him." You know, like a lot of TV calls used to come, even Marathi stage actors, a lot of them got Marathi television roles because people used to go to the stage. That was the kind of, like the ground for which, and then people would continue doing stage, but they'd also get a TV role or a film role or whatever it is.
Correct.
So that was, now I guess Instagram is that playground.
Playground,
you know, like
yes.
so casting directors are like, Interesting.
Let me send a DM. But then in
yeah.
that case also it comes like a lot of fake casting calls also keep coming, and a lot of time popular casting actors are keep posting ki, okay, this is not us, don't go and get
Yes,
followed.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
that
Yeah, a lot of
happens.
them happens. So has it happened to either of you guys that ever you've received a casting call and then you got to know that, oh good, I didn't say yes, but it was a fake one?
Well, I get for, no, not that, but I get for other Kunal Kapoors. Which always happens, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
there's
they confuse the two
correct,
of you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like there's a Kunal Kapoor who runs Prithvi Theatre.
Yeah,
and
okay.
there's Kunal Kapoor from Rang De Basant.
Yes.
And then there's Kunal Kemu. And then there's Kunal Kohli.
Oh
and then there's
my
so
All Kunals are one one.
yeah, many Kunals.
I thought there were more Karans than Kunals.
there are many Kunals.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
So I've got many things. People have started discussing money and all that stuff. All that say Kunal Kapoor.
Did you receive the check and then say, oh, it's not me?
I wish I would have kept it gleefully. But no.
I agree. But then, seeing that how this time the digital era is also a boon for us, seeing how Bads of Bollywood went completely viral and there were memes. I hope you have seen
I
it.
haven't seen it, so shoot me.
Wow,
I'm
you are
sorry.
sitting with Mona Singh and you haven't seen her own
I'm
like
so
previous
sorry.
series.
I haven't seen it as yet.
No,
But
I'm just
he promised
gaslighting.
he's going
He's
to
I'm
watch
just
it soon.
gaslighting
By
now.
tomorrow.
I
By
know.
tomorrow.
Well, I started it in the morning. I started to gaslight in the
Yeah,
morning.
right from the
only.
morning I've been
Yeah.
getting this, so please
Yeah.
take it easy.
Mona did not just whisper in my ear. I just said it myself.
Oh,
So don't
really?
worry.
Oh my
But then
God.
I was asking that, seeing how for you coming from a show like Jussie that set a benchmark. Like till date, I would say if I would go out and tell people I spoke to Mona Singh, they might be like, oh yeah, Mona Singh. But I'll say Jussie. So Mona will resonate with them, but Jussie will resonate more with them. And now Bads of Bollywood for you broke that image and has shown you in a very different light.
Different light, yeah.
Which people are like, oh, this girl can do a lot more than what we have seen. And for Kunal, they are wanting to see him in a lot more different varied characters out there. So do you think that the industry has used your proper potential, or do you think that there's a lot to give out there yet?
There's a lot more to give out,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
honestly, I feel I'm getting the best roles right now. Really,
Okay.
I am. And for me, earlier, these young people used to come to me, Gen Z, and say, oh, my dadi loves you, my nani loves you, my mum loves you from
Oh.
Jussie days. And now they're
Now
like,
do
oh,
they
I love you, you're Bads in Bollywood. I was like, yeah, Bads of Bollywood, okay.
But then when you were signing it, did you think that this is the kind of reaction that you will get from the audience out there?
See, I knew one thing for sure, that the show was going to be a big hit. I
Okay.
just knew it. I knew what we were getting into. The script was so amazing and so well written, and Aryan doing it. It's such a meta show. All big names are in the show. Red Chilli's producing it. I knew it's a win-win.
Yeah.
So
I think for me, the highlight of the whole promotion of maybe the show was when Aryan and Shahrukh sir was there on stage and he was saying कि अगर फिर भी कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाएगी तो पापा ने
तो
पापा
पापा है
बचा
ना।
लेंगे ना, तो like माफ कर दो. And then when all of you guys were trying to make him laugh, I think those were like two
Yeah,
moments showing
moments,
how
yeah.
close the whole team was.
Yes,
And now when I
yes.
see this show and I see the kind of bonding and I see the kind of concept that you guys have brought,
Yeah.
how important is it for actors to be relevant? Because seeing how a lot of audience is following you guys on social media. So when you're posting something on social media, how important is it to actually be relevant, or do you let your teams take over the charge, or what is it like for you guys?
for me, it is personal.
Okay.
So I don't care about what's relevant or what's not. Whatever I feel like posting, I'm going to post and go all out, because I rarely post.
Okay.
Yeah, so my team can keep telling me that this song is trending, make a reel, do this, do that. I don't give in to that. But I think it's a personal choice of posting.
Okay. What about you,
Yeah.
Kunal?
I don't post that much, but I mean,
You're already on the digital detox?
well, no, as I'm a digital detox in terms of contribution, but not in terms
Okay.
of consumption.
Okay.
But so my contribution is very minimal. But I post whatever. I mean, it's not necessarily relevant. I think most of my posts are pretty irrelevant in that sense. So I don't.
You're just being you.
Yeah, I'm just being me. Or
that's a
like,
good thing. That's always a
yeah,
good
I
thing.
mean, I don't have that many posts or this thing, but whatever. It's quite random in that sense. It's not doing what is trending at that moment for sure.
But do you follow trends?
No.
None of that?
No, I don't do that personally, but if the team wants that
You
kind
do
of
that.
promotional
Then
video,
for
I'm
promotional
all
thing,
in.
yeah.
But not on personal manner.
No.
Okay.
No.
On the last note, seeing that, when I say that you guys have been very selective and choosy for the kind of roles that you've said yes to, there are times when you win some, when you lose some. When you say no to a character, there are times when you don't know that they might actually end up being a big hit. And then there are times when you think you put 100% and the character might not really work. So has it ever happened for the two of you that you've said no to a character because you were busy, or maybe you didn't feel that gut feeling, and that role became big, and then you were later like, oh, this was offered to me first, I should have said yes? Because that's a very common thing in the industry. So has that happened to you?
Not that I regret it, because I wasn't.
I'm sure, no, you know, yeah.
Yeah, because I had bid adieu, said my goodbye and farewell had happened with TV.
Okay.
So not going back to TV, but I did get an offer for Anupamaa.
Oh wow!
And it's become such a big hit. It's crazy, and I'm very, very happy for Rupali and Rajan, Shahi. But yeah, that was years ago when I was offered, and I was like, "Ab TV nahi karna hai."
अब मैं उससे बाहर आ चुकी हूँ.
Yeah, yeah.
But what about you, Kunal? Have you?
No, not really. Nothing really that I regret having said no to. So that way, I'm like, yeah, nothing really that's broken through that I had said no to, and oh God, that's like become really this thing. So yeah, none of those.
Wow. Well, on the last note, just quickly wanting to know that Kunal though obviously will be watching now Bads of Bollywood.
That's my.
Kunal will also be binge watching.
Pressure.
Kunal will also be binge watching his own series,
Yes.
and then he's gonna be giving you a review on both your characters.
Okay.
But I would love to know that what is it that you would like to tell the audience along with this series and along with the kind of love that you have received over the last character, and now they'll see you in this. So it's like poles apart and yet two similar. That's two shades of Mona Singh that they're gonna see. What do you have to tell to them?
I am very, very happy that the show is coming out at the right time, right after Bads of Bollywood, a completely different shade of me. Yeah, and a very relevant show, which will make you think, pause, reflect, and maybe make you go back to your loved ones and make real connections once again. So I can't wait for you all to watch and witness the joy of Thode Door Thode Paas.
Wow. Kunal would like to add something of what the audience can expect, or maybe
I think what's lovely about the show is it's something that the audience can sit together and watch with their family.
A family show.
Yeah, it's a family show, and hopefully reflect and just introspect a little bit about their own relationships with social media and with technology and all of that, and just that moment of pause for everyone to just reassess how they spend their day, how they spend their time. Because I think a show like this is an easy watch. It's 5 episodes. It's not so in your face, or there's no blood and gore. There's no drug cartel. There's none of that. So it's a simple.
I really want to know what is he watching these days, so that I can understand what is his choice of shows.
So I would say that it's something that their audiences will hopefully connect with, and I'm so happy it's on Z5, and yeah, we'd love to know what everyone thinks.
I think I'll be sitting on my edge to watch the show, because you never know, like Bads of Bollywood, there might be a big twist waiting in the end, and then we'll be like, oh, this happened.
Yeah.
So you never know, but thank you so much, Mona. Thank you, Kunal, for your
Thank
time.
you.
It was a pleasure having you. I wish you all the luck. And this is me, Vishakha Pandit, signing off from HD City.